workers here are smelting, feeding fires with TV casings and fridge interiors, a heat fierce enough to burn the insulation off electrical cables.
It's the home of the biggest electronic waste dump and is a livelihood for many. First, it feeds them, then it kills them. This is one of the most polluted areas with toxins and toxic metals on the African continent.
The processing at Agbogbloshie is fed by the illegal traffic of e-waste into Ghana. Today, used TVs from Australia and Spain are being loaded onto waiting trucks. There's nothing wrong with importing used tech if it works. If it doesn't, it's hazardous e-waste, and it shouldn't be here. So how many of these TVs actually work?
And they all work?
Yeah,
they all function?
Yeah. 99% are working.
100%?
Yeah, about 99.
99%.
As the situation with plastic waste got so out of hand here in the nation, garbage trucks stopped collecting them altogether. The Environment Ministry is stepping up to the plate to deal with this problem.
Tracking is really the first step in order to design a better system. One of the surprising things we discover is how far waste travels. You see these kind of global e-waste flows that actually almost cover the whole planet.
Each device traveled an average of about 2,500 miles.
People reached for plastic bags for their groceries despite signs urging them to help the environment by using fewer bags. But from October, plastic bags will no longer be used in South Korean supermarkets. This is part of the government's measures announced last Thursday to manage recyclable waste.
That it's committed to responsible recycling and encouraged its member organizations, which are autonomous, to review their contracts with Dell. Back in Hong Kong, Puckett finds more clues to the scale of the problem.
A laptop with an LCD screen ending up here in Hong Kong and new territories for the Los Angeles school system. Unbelievable.
Puckett finds electronics from U.S. police departments, jails, hospitals, and libraries.
The government is always trying to save taxpayers' money, so they are obliged in some cases to always do the cheapest thing.
I'm Oliver Steeds, and I've come to Ireland to investigate how we can convert our waste plastics into fuel.
Leave the top of the distillation column, and it's those gases that we clean and use in the furnaces to heat the pyrolysis chambers.
How efficient is this process? Well, I now have a litre of diesel, but I want to put it through some tests. So I brought in a team from University College Dublin.
So what we'll do is we'll show you the performance of it, running on the emissions of it, running on normal diesel.
499 parts per million.
Yeah.
On conventional diesel, and with synthetic diesel mixed in, it's 294. What does that mean?
What it means is, quite simply, the synthetic fuel is burning more efficiently. And the fuel, the synthetic fuels, it's definitely one of the fuels for the future. It's a nice, clean fuel, clean burning as you saw from the emissions. The key benefit is that you're recycling carbon. So carbon that might have gone in the plastic, gone into landfill, or been disposed of by incineration, is now being recovered. It's been used as synthetic fuel, which means you don't need to take as much fossil fuel out of the ground. We have a saving on that. We can use those fossil fuels for maybe something else in the plastics industry, in the pharmaceutical industry.
Syna are currently able to produce 10,000 litres of synthetic fuel a day in this plant, but they're soon opening up new and bigger plants in the UK. With 15 million tonnes of plastic still going into landfill in Europe every year, they're not short of their raw materials, but the political and consumer mindsets need to catch up.
The vast majority of plastic waste is still not recycled, but there does seem to be a solution here. If only society and industry can look at end-of-life plastics not as a waste, but as a product that has value and something that does have use.
Reducing the use of disposable products and increasing recycling to become a society with sustainable resource circulation is an inevitable choice.